Hey guys, welcome back to an Instalok Q&A. Before we get into the Q&A, we wanted to address a lot of questions that we've been getting, on our YouTube videos and when we stream on Twitch, and that is like how we're doing on the Patreon situation. We haven't really got to talk to you guys about the financial stuff. What we're gonna do is introduce some new things for Patreon. First, we wanted to start with the $20 tier. So right now, nothing's changing with the $20 tier, but we are going to be adding something with it, and that is going to be a digital postcard that we're going to basically allow you guys to download, and it's going to change monthly. Chris can go in a little bit more detail about that real quick.
Pretty much going to be my favorite, or our favorite thumbnail of the month, postcarderized.
We'll be posting on the Patreon of something that we're creating monthly. In addition to the $20 digital postcard we're doing, we're actually going to be reactivating our $50 tier. We're going to be printing out that postcard that was digital and mailing it out to you guys for the $50. We hope that this gives you a little bit more incentivization, because we've been asked, are we going to send stuff out again? In addition to the poster that's being sent out to you via mail, you also get a mystery gift, which Tony can elaborate.
Alright, so this month we are going to be sending out a Instalok decal. So it's like a sticker, if you don't know what a decal is, and you can put it on your car or your laptop or wherever. They're really nice, high quality vinyl stickers, and it'll just be a Poro, so our icon. And every month we'll be sending something else, so it might be either a different decal or maybe something, just a small gift from us to you.
I mean, we're telling you what it is this month, but
yeah,
we're not going to be telling you what it is. It'll just be something small in addition to the postcard, so you kind of, have that moment of surprise. What is Instalok going to send you?
Nudes. Some of you guys probably saw we are at 41% to our goal on Patreon, which is really close to 50, so we're gonna make a little mini goal so we can take baby steps to that 100. So let's get 50, guys.
50!
50.
Can we do it? Anyway, we hope that you guys can give us feedback on the Patreon stuff, and let's move on to the actual Q&A now.
Black Magic asks, Instalok, why don't you guys advertise your Patreon? Seeing you get 40% of your monthly goal really hurts, as well as seeing the same donators at the top.
How else should we advertise it?
We
could advertise it in our videos that will appeal to the most people, which is our songs. And if we do like a standalone ad, it's pretty much the people that are patrons or considered it already.
I know we don't really advertise it on Twitter, and like you saw, though, we're planning to do stuff to incentivize, I guess, either for more people to sign up, because I'm sure there's plenty of people that, signed up, but then they're, kind of fall off. We want to get those people back. We want to get people, engaged and stuff like that.
Lenny asked Patrick on the Discord, for the Q&A, is there a PO box? This is the Q&A. Is there a PO box for the fan art? Yes.
Yes. We'll put it down below. But look it. Somebody from our Discord sent us all this food.
Shout out to JD.
Shout out to
you know
JD
who you
Justice.
Are. You know who you is. Thank you.
Too.
And this, we were wearing this. We were playing around with it.
All right.
So thank you. Yeah. Thank you, and feel free to send us anything.
Not anything.
Nothing gross, please. I mean, we trust you guys. You guys
send
are
me
cool.
anything.
Royal Project 11 asks, if you had to be a champion and have Valorant as real life, where you had to fight on the Rift, who would that champ be and why? I would want to be. Who can just TP out of there? Because I don't want to die, guys. Just get me out of there.
Quinn can fly out.
I could be Timo and just go in the bush, and no one will ever find me.
I would want to be the best champion in the game, Kennen.
They're gonna say Annie.
Wow. I don't know. I'd probably be like.
Lisa, you want to be handicapped?
No. I think I would be like Ari, so that I could look at myself in the mirror.
Right on.
Right on. Lenny54 asks, are you planning any more content from any other games? Also, how much time does it usually take to recreate the instrumentals? So there's kind of two questions there. I'll go ahead and let Tony take the instrumental the question, since that can be answered relatively quickly.
Okay, so depending on the instrumental, it could take probably 1 to 3 days, I would say. So far, that's pretty much what it's been. So on average, 2 days, unless it's a really hard song.
All right, now going back to the question of content from other games.
There's always games coming out.
Yeah.
Zelda, we could have done a Zelda song.
True.
The thing is that we don't oppose it, but our viewers, so it's kind of like, we still want to get what you guys want to watch.
I think there will be stuff in the future, though. Locus Edits US asked, why the name Instalok?
Quickly run it down, Chris.
We were thinking of names, all the other ones sucked, thus we thought of Instalok, but with a C, but it was taken, so remove the C, and this is where we be, right here.
What was the other name that we had?
Fail Flash.
Fail Flash.
That kind of reminds me of Fail Fish for some reason.
Yeah.
We would just be like,
we could have been Fail Flash, guys.
Also /FF.
/FF, that was that was another one. We could have been something different, but here we are as Instalok with a K.
This name though.
Yeah.
Wise Robert asks, I usually listen to songs on Spotify, but can't find yours. Are you planning to create an account and upload content there as well? So, if you're talking about our parodies, no. So in order for us to put them on Spotify, we covered this in the last video that we did of like this style, but you would need to get permission from every single songwriter on the song because you're changing the song enough to where you can't just buy like, you know, a normal cover license that somebody else would do or something. So TLDR, it's not gonna happen, unfortunately, for Spotify. Now, our original songs, completely, you know, we should be putting them on Spotify, and yeah, we should be doing that.
Abyss Rising 1-2 asks, what's your guys' biggest, weirdest fear?
I feel like I know
For me,
Chris's. It's gotta be some type of bugs.
Bugs,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna
The
say.
slimy are
if
the
you,
worst.
If you were to get like a maggot and you put that bad boy in your fingers, put it in front of Chris, he's
gosh.
gone. He's gone.
I'm out of there.
That's Chris. Can you think of yours?
Well, I don't know how weird this is, but I really don't like IRL scary things, like
Horror movies.
kind of like horror movies. I don't enjoy them, but I'm not necessarily like scared of them. But like going to Not Scary Farm.
Okay.
Or like a haunted house. That's
Yeah,
I think that's what
okay.
I'm thinking. Haunted houses.
That's cool. Yeah.
I
can see
cannot-
that.
You're afraid of jump scares.
But real life.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't want people running at me with like fake chainsaws and stuff.
So I legit sat here for like 5 minutes thinking, and all I can think of is like jumping out of a plane. I don't think I'd ever do that. I don't know. It's not a very weird fear, but
Or bungee jumping. Same thing.
I think I would.
Is that something you often
Yeah,
think
like
about?
so there's a ride at Knott's Berry Farm called Supreme Scream, and it's like the free falls. I guess like parachuting I think is the worst though. Like nothing below you. Oh my god, like
But you
kill
don't
me
mind,
now.
You don't mind looking over an edge or something?
No, I mean I think
feeling
everybody gets that
falling,
funny
necessarily.
feeling, but yeah,
The
no.
vertigo or something?
If I'm like at there's a big cliff or something. Even in like video games, in like World of Warcraft, if I
Oh,
fall
gosh.
accidentally,
Me
dude,
too,
I'm like, oh shit,
In Zelda,
like,
that's
I
all.
feel it.
I feel it. I'm like
it.
sweating profusely. Talon Luciano, what's up, my boy? Can you three do the sound of the ultimate of Genji from Overwatch? Love your videos.
All right, boys.
Try it.
Ryu Nakawakara!
Oh gosh. Ryujin. Oh wait. Ryujin no Kenyawara.
Regionok. I can't read.
Just do it as good as you can.
I can't do it.
This is Chris's biggest fear.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pounding.
I changed my biggest fear. It's yelling. Sofa King II asks, any plans on branching out songs/stream/YouTube to different games? Kind of like Lenny's question, but for songs instead of content. It would be cool. That's how a lot of you guys know the songs.
I think our answer was basically
Yeah. if
yeah,
we
in the
can.
future. Yeah,
For sure.
for sure.
The Zelda one would have been cool.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
thinking about that later. I was like,
I think we were
dang,
good
I think
Zelda one.
I
They could have
feel
made
like
a
the-
hype song for
I feel
that.
like the Switch was kind of like a sleeper hit.
It was,
Like
yeah.
no one expected.
I didn't even pre-order
Everyone
it.
was talking crap on it.
Yeah.
And then now it's just like, give me one of them.
Exactly.
Especially
Dude, when
if
I had it in my hands,
Patrick
It
about to
was-
run off home with Tony's Switch.
Yeah. Alright, this is from Izel Pehachi. Can we see more of the cats in your channel? I feel like it's never enough. Well... Let me get his good side.
yeah.
One of these. Some of that. How was that? Next question.
Sprite YT asks, what is your favorite song in music genre? So I'll start with me. Yeah, so we're just gonna do my music genre. I would say I always gotta go back to pop rock. I don't know what it is, but I love me some pop rocks.
I think mine is probably... Well, I like most genres. I'll listen to pretty much anything if it sounds good. If I had to have like a favorite, I think I would say like early 2000s Screamo, which is kind of weird, but I think I just grew up with it, so it stuck with me.
Yeah, I pretty much like everything, but I guess I lean more toward, I guess, hip-hop recently, as in like past, like since Instalok has been around, because that's like my favorite thing. So I listen to the radio to see what we should do for songs, like what's poppin', I guess. Kostra MKX asks, With which champion did you do your first penta in LOL? I only know Tony's. I don't know for myself
Oh, gosh.
because it was like a big moment in our lives.
Why was that such a big deal?
It's such a big moment.
Because it was when Tony first started playing, and he was always asking. He still asks about the penta every
Oh
game.
yeah, true.
but
The Penta Dream.
He actually got one.
It was on Twitch Jungle.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing. It was my first time
Twitch Jungle was pretty.
in the jungle with Twitch, and I didn't even really play Twitch. I was just like, I'm gonna play this, and then I
think it
just
was
went
free.
off. That was crazy.
That was
though.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
For me, it was probably. I remember my first ranked penta. It was Rumble, and it was in like a 5v5
Nice.
or teams ranked.
My first penta was with Corky, and it was hype as fuck.
It's a hype champion. One of my faves.
Mezal Zaidi asks, does your problems with copyright mean that you will be doing more original songs, or just adding more content that isn't copyright? So, we haven't really changed our formula in terms of, doing parodies. I think recently we haven't been doing as many rap battles, so that would be considering, like, less original songs.
Yeah, originals take longer, and same with the rap battles. And sometimes they get less views. They're unknown songs because they're originals, so less people will click them.
We just know you guys like the parodies
Yeah.
a lot, so original would definitely make us more money, but
It would take longer in between songs for sure, though.
you guys will miss the parodies.
Yeah, and we gotta keep doing the parodies.
So, it doesn't necessarily mean more more original songs, but
I mean, we
once in a while for sure, right?
But more original content. Like the
Yeah.
highlights.
like you mentioned the content, we have the highlights.
Behind the
And-
scenes,
and,
too.
Yeah, and not only, we do stream, so
Yeah.
that's where the highlights come from, so there is more content.
Speaking of that, isn't this content within content? Inception.
My brain.
We did it.
Isaac asks, do you often listen to your own parodies, or do you prefer the real songs? I prefer the real songs. It's hard to listen to yourself.
I prefer the real songs as I'm doing them, and then afterwards I think I prefer ours just because I get so tired of the original because I have to do the instrumental, so I hear it like a million times over and over.
We have to work on it, so we hear ours a lot more.
Yeah.
So it'll come closer to getting tired of. Plus, it's weird, like just listening yourself sing.
It is weird.
Imagine
but-
if like my ringtone was me singing.
Yeah, that's
and I just
weird.
go out.
It's not like I listen because I'm like, I want to jam out right now. Usually when I listen, it's because I want to look over my mix after with some fresh ears or something so that I can make, learn from it and
I
see
do.
what
I listen
do
like
different.
I go back and listen just to see how we used to sound. I guess
That
just like
too,
where
yeah.
we came from and.
But in general, I don't listen to the originals
Not
after
for
we
our
make
leisure.
them. Yeah, not for our leisure.
Yeah, I will say though that sometimes my mom will hear me listening to a song and she'll go, "Is that you?" And I'm like,
No, this is Beyonce.
"No."
That's my dad does.
It's like
No,
it's
that's
like
Beyonce.
I guess people think that you listen to your stuff a lot since like you do it, but no. I mean, I think the truth of the matter is like once I do it, it's pretty much. I will say though that it is fun to go back, like Chris was saying, watch your old videos, because that's like when you start to forget what you start to see.
It's like a new video.
It's like a new-
I made
yeah.
this? Like,
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
whoa,
kinda
okay,
cool.
this is kind of cool.
Potato Tomato asks, what are your Overwatch mains? My main is Tracer.
Farah.
Reinhardt.
Reinhardt. Farah. I don't know how to.
Ilias LN or IN asks, country that you live in, question mark, and how did you meet with Kurt? I'm assuming you're not from, or English is your first language. So we all live in the United States, California to be exact. The state is that we live in. Kurt was cool because he had reached out to us asking if we knew Lunity, and then we ended up meeting with him to get a burger, and he was cool ever since.
Pio Lee asks, which of your songs was the hardest to produce?
Game Over.
I think the songs that didn't make
Ooh,
it
yeah, Game
were...
Over was pretty difficult.
Game Over took the
We
longest.
spent a lot of time on Game
That's
Over.
true. If we're talking originals, yeah.
Well,
Obviously
it's the
originals.
longest time we've ever spent on a video, I think.
Probably, yeah.
Damn, that's my favorite song, though.
Everything about that song took a very long time.
Yeah, we fleshed out the story. I mean, we were working on like melody for the lyrics the day of, like basically.
Yeah, we
like
were. We added the we didn't even have a chorus until the day we recorded.
Yeah.
Actually, it was the day after, I think. We came back and re-edited it to
Yeah.
add a chorus
Yeah.
in because we didn't have a chorus. It just went into the instrumental. So
Not to mention it was like 5 days making the instrumental. So yeah, it was a lot of time.
Timo asks, I'll say the name. Reservista the God asks, How do you get ideas for these great songs? I take a shower and it just comes out.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, Chris is the one that gets most of the ideas, so he would be the one to answer that one.
It's hard, but mostly we pick songs that are a bit more popular at the moment, so there's like a good chance that a lot of you guys will recognize it. That's the point of what we do, right?
Yeah, hearing a song differently.
Yeah,
in
something you
a video
recognize
game you guys
is-
like.
Alright, James from Discord. I know it doesn't say James, but he said call him James. So, what does Chris use for editing the subtitles? Or how does he? For the most part, I've been using Photoshop. I just make PNGs for Patrick to put in. I've been messing around with After Effects lately. Practice it like pretty much every time we do a video.
Elocrity from our Discord asks, was Instalok your first band, or did you ever have another project with Tony and Chris or anyone else? So Instalok was not our first band, actually. We were in another project
Together, yeah.
at the end of high school and the start of college. We've told this story before in another Q&A, but we kind of stopped talking for a while. We came back, we all started playing League, and yeah, one night we got together and kind of was watching some League of Legends music stuff, and we're like, hey, let's try to do something. And here we are.
Sam Style asks, what do you think you would be doing if you weren't a part of Instalok? Also, has anyone ever tried to claim your music as their own? So, for me, I was recording bands before we started Instalok, so I'd probably either be recording bands, or I would have moved on to maybe working in a studio, if I wasn't running my own studio. So either one. Recording, probably, pretty much.
I would probably be going from job to job like most people, and then like the cliche, like I'm gonna go to school, and then pay for it through, I guess, like part-time jobs. So that's probably...
It's hard to imagine, right? Yeah.
Different timelines, like I'm not a
Absolutely.
superhero.
It's hard to say, like, right now, but, like, all I can think of is, like, you know, like, when we started Instalok, you know, what were we doing? And I was just working a retail job,
Yeah, I was
and...
Maybe you would have been a Kohl's manager.
Yeah, for you guys that don't know, I was working at Kohl's. It's like a department store. I was just like some associate working at the home department. Now it would be a different story since I was going to college and stuff like that. But at the time, yeah, I probably would have just been working a retail job still.
Inconic Max asks, will there be a schedule for your streams?
Just be there all the time.
Yeah.
Basically,
Wait.
right now, no. Like, yeah.
No.
If you get
The
follow
streams
us,
are an extra.
you'll get a notification.
Streams are what we do on the side as an added bonus for more content for you guys and for a way to, you know, talk to our fans more and play games with you guys. But it's not like our main thing, so we pretty much just do it in between songs whenever we have time. So just make sure to follow us and you'll see when we go live.
Alright guys, our battery is dying, so we're gonna be talking
Real
fast.
Real fast.
Do it.
Lenny from our Discord asks, how long have you guys been gamers?
4
Yeah.
years old.
Same for me.
How did you get started,
I think
though?
5-ish.
For some reason, I've always had game systems, and then my uncle had a Super Nintendo.
I got a Pocket Game Boy when I was 5.
We're back. When our camera died.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just finish this, or my last part of this question. I started gaming when I saw my dad playing Super Mario 64. I watched him play through the whole game. He got 120 stars. But I just started playing after him.
dad?
Yeah, my dad. He does not play games at all anymore. But yeah. All right, and that wraps up the Q&A. You guys want to say anything?
Thanks for watching.
yeah.
Thanks for asking us questions. And check our Twitch, Patreon, and
Twitter.
Twitter.
See you guys next time. I thought I would go over the camera to be cool and epic.